All right, Saturday afternoon, week 2 college football breakdown here. Madison, Wisconsin, one of the best game day environments in the country. Should see a pretty good one in this one. Washington State over from the Pac-12 going to Wisconsin. Seeing this line at Wisconsin, 17.5-point favorites. Totals around 49.5. I'm probably going to be on this one in some way, shape, or form. I just think this is kind of a mismatch, especially up front. Wisconsin's got one of the best running backs in the country in Braylon Allen. I mean, he's a freshman a year ago, nearly 7 yards per carry. He looked great in the season opener, albeit it did come against Illinois State, but still looked really good. And he had enough success in the Big Ten last year to where I do think that's going to translate pretty well into this matchup. Really, Wisconsin's questions coming into the season are with that passing game. Obviously, Graham Mertz kind of came onto the scene in 2020, but really aside from his first game or two back in 2020, he's really been pretty inconsistent for Wisconsin. He's the highest rated quarterback prospect that Wisconsin's ever gotten. The potential is there. I'm still holding out hope that there is some development there. The reality of it is I just don't think this is that tough of a matchup. The one thing Washington State can do pretty well defensively is get after the passer. Do like some of the edge rushers they have on that defense, but I don't think they're going to be able to match Wisconsin's physicality up front. I definitely don't think they're going to be able to stop Braylon Allen in that run game. Lost a lot of linebacking options off of last year's team. And then I think their secondary will be okay, but not great. I mean, I think if Wisconsin can establish the run early in this game, I think there's actually a pretty good chance Mertz is able to hit on some deep balls in this one. So Wisconsin does have a new offensive line coach. I think their best play up front is probably going to come as the season goes along, but this is still a team that's notorious for being really dominant up front and playing a team like Washington State that's probably not built to match that up. Do think Wisconsin comes out and has a good amount of success offensively. Washington State made a pretty, I don't know if you would call it a splash move because it is from the FCS level, but I mean, got Cameron Ward from Incarnate Word. This is a guy that threw for 38 touchdowns last year at the FCS level. He's used to running the air raid system. His offensive coordinator from Incarnate Word actually came over with him and is now the offensive coordinator at Washington State. You know, the issue is Washington State is no threat to run the ball in this one. I mean, Nakai Watson, just 3.2 yards per carry last year. And this Washington State offense is going to be extremely one-dimensional. They really didn't look all that good in their season opener. I mean, they only won 24-17 against Idaho. They allowed 3 sacks in that game. It seems like it's going to take a little bit more time than people might have thought for this offense to kind of click on all cylinders. Wisconsin does lose 8 starters from last year's team, but think they'll be able to get after the passer, had 4 sacks in week 1. And while their secondary is beatable in some of their tougher matchups, I just don't view this as that tough of a matchup. The way I'm probably going to play this game, I'm probably going to play Wisconsin first half. First half lines usually don't come out till Thursday, maybe Friday, depending on where you look. So I haven't locked this in yet, but barring anything unexpected, I probably am going to be on Wisconsin first half minus the 10 for 1 unit. Why I'm not on it the full game, because obviously Washington State's a pass first team. If they are down by 20 plus points in the fourth quarter, I actually think that's a pretty good opportunity facing some of Wisconsin's backups for that passing game. It's still so early on in what they're trying to do. I actually could see them having some success in garbage time late in this game. And we know Wisconsin, if they are to get up, 3-4 possessions, probably just going to stick to that ground game. So for that reason, this is probably going to be a first half play for me. I've actually already released my best bets here for week 2. Got those out this morning here on Wednesday. I'm looking to have the rest of my card out by Thursday. The main place you can follow me is on Twitter at Fordham Betting. I'll also leave all of my own other information in the description below. One more thing too, head over to proud90.com. They got all your golf apparel needs. You see this shirt right here. I know you've been staring at it the whole time. Head over to proud90.com, code Fordham at checkout. It's going to get you 15% off your order. All the other information will be in the description. Appreciate y'all watching the video. Teams like Washington State might be fun to watch and might garner some hype, but the reality of it is this is a total mismatch. I'm likely to be on Wisconsin first half in this matchup.